Hello, everybody. Let's see. Can you hear me? I think you can.
Yes.
Yes. Good. Oh, I see which one's me. Yay! Oh, and then yes, go ahead and stop doing that. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. How are you all doing? I have something very special for you today. I want to build some tiny, 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 itsy bitsy space marines. I was sent, um, actually just before I moved, or just after I moved, actually, I think when they showed up, a variety of Gothic Sector Battlefield in a Box terrain from GaleForce 9 and oh my gosh, I always forget, it's Battlefront Miniatures. That's who it is. Battlefront Miniatures sent me these amazing terrain pieces. They're scaled to Legion Imperialis, which I also actually had, even before these were sent to me, had just bought the starter set box for. So I thought today was finally the time to actually start building some of those cute miniatures. They're tiny, they're adorable, and I actually am really excited to see them with this terrain. The other thing that I'm actually very excited to use some of this terrain for, and some of the Battletech terrain that they also sent me, is one, for some photography with my Gunpla. I think that will be very cool. Additionally, I think it would just be very cool to just, honestly, they're pre-painted, so they're just really neat. I think photography with them in general is going to be very, very neat.
You can put them far in the background for miniature shots, and they'll just make it look like a good perspective.
Exactly. So I'm very excited for that. Very, very happy to have them, and eager to start using them actually in games and get them out of the box and everything. But first, we need to have some miniatures to go with them. So today, God, they're so small. We're going to be clipping out and assembling a variety of my Astartes, Legion Imperialis. I am going to be running the Space Marines in the set, and Chaos Cultist, I believe, is going to be running the Solaris Auxiliary. The Auxiliary Solaris.
It's the guard, son.
All right, the Imperial Guard.
Switch it over to table or work table.
Yes, let's switch it over to work table. Also, hello to everybody in chat. Wilhelm, the Cactus Man 17, Gordon Steele, Toy Painter 1, Roger, and Kaiser 2. It's lovely to see you all. Is it just desktop? Is that the one I want?
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. I haven't turned this on yet. Bam! And I already have my lens cap off. There they are! Look how tiny they are! So small. So we have the macro camera on because otherwise I feel like you just wouldn't be able to see them.
Right.
It looks really good actually. But yeah, they are tiny. Look at the little banner. I can't wait to paint these. It's gonna be so weird because I've never painted anything this small before. Like I've gone larger. I've done some like busts and those kinds of things, but I've never gone like this tiny. So very excited to try that out. Let's get the instructions out first and see what we need to start with. We're just gonna go in order. I actually even went through and I marked with a pink pen which ones are the ones I need to build, or at least that I need to start with, because those are the ones that for my army, and then which ones are Chaos Cultists that I can build later, because
I mean, if you build some of my stuff, I'm not gonna care.
Yeah, no, I understand. Also, oh, are these the bases that come in?
Yes, they are sculpted.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know you. So look, check out these bases that they come with. They are pre-sculpted and not slotted, which is great. They're also wafer thin in comparison to, I feel like, any other GW, any base that I've seen from them.
We don't want the base to be, 2/3 of the height.
That's because, Luke, it should remind you of the Epic game, because it is basically Epic. They just brought it back under a different name.
Yeah, the box literally said Epic scale.
Yeah, and I just don't think, for whatever reason, probably because they couldn't trademark it or whatever, they didn't want to call it Epic again when they relaunched it. But yeah, it's just Epic. You need your command units, then the companies. Well, thankfully, we are in fact starting with our command squad. So we'll need to find them. It includes this little banner fellow, which is great.
They're clumped together on the sprue.
I am noticing that, yes. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, and they're beakies! Of course they are, because it's Horus Heresy. It would be blasphemy if not. Heresy, in fact. That's not actually true. Plenty of the Horus Heresy heretical Marines had beaks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Have fun with the rocket launchers. Your fat fingers did not help you when putting them together. Yeah, honestly, kudos to every guy who builds any of these.
Tweezers.
Yeah, I guess tweezers is how you do. I mean, I might end up using some tweezers. I do have some here.
I expected you would.
So that may end up happening, but we'll see. I also, oh good, I do have my glue. That was probably really loud. I'm sorry. I just did a massive knuckle crack. How many are there? So it looks like there are 3 squads of 5 each of tactical legions, 2 squads of 5 each of assault marines, 2 squads with plasma guns, each having 5 men in them.
The box comes with 233 miniatures, 2 of which are Warhound Titans, about 15 of which are mechs, and the rest are infantry squads, split between the Guard and the Legion.
Exactly. And it looks like they're grouped into 5-man squads, and then there's usually between 3 to 2 of them, depending on if they're like a basic unit or if they're like a specialty unit.
Yes, technically also, neither one is loyalist or heretical, because remember, there were traitor Imperial Solar Auxilia, too.
True.
Half of the Guard that were at the Imperial Palace turned. So, either side of the box can be heretical, or hell, you can even have individual legions that, you had some guys who stayed loyal and others who went heretical. Hello, Dark Angels.
True. Look how tiny he is. Ah! It's so cute. Yeah, no, I'm really excited to get into these. When I first saw them announced, his sword's a little bent. Let's see if I can.
I freaked out.
Chaos Cultist freaked out. And I actually did too, to a fair amount, because I was never around, I feel like, in the hobby, or at least not when Epic was around. So it was never something I got to experience. In the same way that I kind of was at when I entered into the hobby and really started actually getting into the miniature building and stuff like that, Warhammer Fantasy Battles was on the way out in the US. It wasn't super popular in the area that I was at all. And the only thing that really was Warhammer 40k. Any of the other systems that they had, didn't really have
War
a strong...
Machine and Hordes was kind of around, but it was on its way out.
Yeah, so, War Machine and Hordes sort of had some stuff, but the community that I was with, or playing with, never really super got hooked into it. And then by the time, I think Epic was out, or before... I think Epic was out before I was even into the hobby, I think is the problem. So, it was just... And it was gone before I was in, too. So, no one to play with that, but I'm really glad that they brought it back, because now I get the opportunity. I'm sure it is going to be a little bit awkward to paint these squads. Absolutely. It's
more going to be blocking and washing.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be a lot of, exactly what Chaos Cultist said, of blocking out colors and then applying some washes and then maybe doing some, really minor highlights. Although I do want to try to do something maybe on this little banner that we just clipped out, because it's just so tiny. But it is a nice, flat surface, and it really does not want to focus. Focus on him. Newt. There we go. It's a little bit better. They're just so small. And it really wants to focus on this, too. There we go! I'm also showing you his ass. I'm sorry. There we go. Here's his little face. Very cute. Alright. I just like how small they are. You probably could paint these guys on sprue. At least the infantry. I wouldn't paint I personally, and this is just my personal preference, I am not a person who likes to paint things on sprue if they're in pieces. If the model is entirely assembled on the sprue and all I'm doing is cutting at the bottom, which the infantry are. So with this, yeah, that could be a very approachable way to potentially do these, especially if you don't have a good way to have a painting handle or some other way to hold them up easier. I'm going to be just attaching them to their bases, though, and I'll just be painting them on their bases. I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference. No worries for being late, Havman. Don't worry. Never have to worry about that. We're cutting out some very tiny Space Marines. All right, so we have Banner Boy. We have my captain with his sword and his halo. I need... Are they numbered? Oh my god, they're numbered. Okay, number 5, number 2. Okay, I did 1, 3. I did 1, 3, and I need basically up to 5. So here's number 5. Oop. Number 2. Oop. And number... Oop. Okay, so here's our first little squad. They just... If you weren't, like, really paying attention, especially this guy, like, these ones, because they have the big banner and the sword, I feel like they're a little bit more distinct, and this guy too. But these two especially, if you were just looking at them, like, on the ground at a distance, I think you might just think they were, like, big chunks of flash. Okay, so I don't really need to do that much cleanup on these guys. The main thing I want to do is just buff the bottoms of their... where I clip them, so that they get a little bit of a better hold. Stick them on a piece of sprue instead. Better overlook.
For painting. Although I'll point out, in one of the drawers behind you, you actually have those mounting sticks for this.
Do I?
Yes. Give me about 45 seconds and I'll show you.
Okay. Do I? I have no idea what he's talking about. Right? Is it in...
Little pointy bits that you can mount things to.
Oh, yeah. What?
I thought they were in the drawer back there.
I don't know. They're not in this one.
Okay. In that little wooden box.
Maybe. No, these are just bases.
Okay, they're around here somewhere. I saw them in the last, like, 48 hours while cleaning.
Okay, yeah, they've got to be around here. Oh, here they are. I found them.
Ah, yes, I knew they were on the shelf somewhere back there.
Yes. Actually, these were generously gifted to me by Meg from the Hobby Collab. I don't remember who sent them to her, but she had so many of them and she wasn't really using them. But yeah, so, like, the point of these is, like, you glue them on to the tips, right? Is that what you're supposed to do? And then
I think you can, yes.
Okay.
Well, because they're for heads primarily, is what I've seen them used for.
Oh,
so you can glue their neck to it, and the thing is, the neck's going to be glued into the armor of the Space Marine or model anyway, so you don't really care if you have to, like, you know, get a little filing off the bottom.
Right, that makes sense. Luke, I do think the current game is WYSIWYG. I do think, like, there's no options as far as I'm aware, so what you see on the sprue is what you get, and as far as I know, you guys tell me, actually, anybody else who plays Legion Imperialis, do you guys kit bash these at all? I can't imagine you do. They're so tiny.
Yeah,
that would be such a pain in the ass.
I've read the rulebook once, but it was a few months ago. I know you have, like, a heavy weapons squad, but I don't know how much of a difference they make between heavy bolter versus lad cannon versus plasma. Or if it's a Devastator squad, it does a lot of heavy weapons.
Well, so according to this, at least in the instruction manual, I have a tactical Legion squad, which just seems to have bolters. And then, like, maybe a melee weapon with the captain. I have 2 assault squads, which are jump packs, chainswords, and power, and some pistols.
Yep.
And a plasma pistol, I think, and maybe one power fist.
Okay.
On one of them, it looks like. And then I have some support legionaries with plasma guns. So this, I'm guessing, is bolter boys with plasma. But I don't think they have any other, like, I'm not seeing, like, a Devastator squad specifically. And then I do have 1 support legion with missile launchers, so that would be the other heavy. I guess that's my Devastator squad, essentially. Yep. And then I have Terminators. Those are the infantry.
Yeah, because I think it's a Terminator squad. I don't think you, like, spec them out.
No. Looking at this Terminator squad, there is, like, they all seem to have a chainsword and combi weapon.
Yeah.
Like, very classic, so. back in the day there was no terrain or anything. You had the kitchen bowls and cutlery under the tablecloth. You know what? I believe it. Hello, Metallica kind. How are you doing today? You were building some Sisters of Battle and Space Marines with a friend? Sick. That is awesome. How did it go? Did you end up deciding to build the Sisters, or did you decide to build the what was it, Death Watch, I think is what you were telling me that you were building? Or maybe am I thinking of somebody else? I think it was you though. I think it was you. Oh, that. I think I heard the boy wake up. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on him and see if he wants some food. I'm just going to leave you guys. Stay with Chair. Chair will keep you company. Here are the Marines. They say hello. And I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Okay. He is eating, which is great. Okay. One thing that I almost forgot, I'm gonna switch actually back over to full face. One thing I almost forgot about this game that really excited me as well when I was opening up the box is the fact that this game has these beautiful templates. And god damn it, I miss these templates so much sometimes. I used them a little bit in 5th, back when I first got started in the hobby. And it is so lovely to see them. And if you guys watched my workshop setup stream, I think it was one of the streams in the shop. We actually discovered the old versions of these, and one of them, I think they may be in here, I don't remember. But we do have the old school one, the white one, you know, from back in like what, third edition, I think. Thank you for subscribing, Drifter747X. Lovely to have you here. You've done a full weekend with 58 core leaders for 2 years. You win? What are you competing on? Oh, raising people, I see. Oh, you're waiting for the plastic Avernus lighter? Arvus lighter? I don't know if I know this one. Have no apparent need for it, but your modeling heart just wants it. I need to look this one up. I don't know if I've seen this. Also, let's switch back over. The desktop. There we go. Oh, dude. That is a sick photo. You know how you said that you had seen the photos from Ochi with the fire?
Yeah.
She just posted some on Instagram, or at least that I saw. These ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy cow. Like, dude, that looks so sick. Okay, this one's safe to show. Mm-hmm. Look how cool that is. I want to do stuff with fire. Damn. So how she did this, I saw a reel about it. She had like foam that lit, and it went really fast.
And you pump propane through water that has dish soap in it.
Oh, is that how you do
and
it?
It will bubble out the top, and it will capture the propane in the bubbles in the foam.
Ooh, that's so cool.
They showed it on Mythbusters a long time ago.
Oh, fancy.
One of those, I don't think they get away with it nowadays episodes.
Oh, don't worry. I'll save the sprue. Don't worry. Yeah, with this. Oh, you mean the orange plastic? Yes. Yeah, no, I'll be keeping that. The gray plastic. I mean, I use some of it for sprue glue. My brain went somewhere else slightly with that word. What am I looking up? I need to look up the Arvus lighter. Okay, Arvus.
I mean, we have the hacksmith.
Oh, yes! Yes. Isn't that also the thing that shuttles you around in Rogue Trader? Words were hard for a second there.
Yes, it is.
I also want one, Alex. You can call it Angela. That's fine.
I think it's either on pre-order.
Is it? Okay, that's sick. Okay. Focus. We need to build. Everybody, we need to build. But no, this is good. I'm loving this conversation. But yeah, no, that's really cool, and I want one of those as well. Also, VTuber fan, Happy New Year to you as well. Hopefully your 2025 is going swimmingly. I love you, boy! You can come up here!
You want me to go get him?
If you want to.
I will after this.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say after this mission. Oh yeah, I should turn up my music a little bit. Can you guys... I don't know if it's playing. I assume it's playing for you.
Yeah, the volume you have that doesn't...
Oh, good, okay.
We just don't want it being picked up by...
Understood. Yeah, I think at one point I did have it pick up a little bit. Yeah, I believe that. Alright, I'm just gonna keep it low. Alright, I think he's looking good. And you know what the nice thing is I don't know how I'd really notice them. But there are little tiny mold lines in them. And they're not. You can hear the music just fine? Excellent. Alright, I have to go get the boy. He is, I think, at the bottom of the stairs whining because he wants to come up here. And I am a good cat mom and I'm gonna go get him.
Yes, you are. Listen, folks, I would have gone and gotten the cat, but I am currently playing Marvel Rivals. Ah! Yes, ma'am.
Here he is, His Majesty, the Great Jackalack.
Hello, everybody. I was asleep, and now I am awake, and I have eaten, and so I meowed.
It is on pre-order? Okay.
There you go, bud. He really...
Yeah.
Yes, all hail our feline overlord.
Here, boy.
He is the best. Is it shoulder time with Dad?
Yep.
Excellent. Oh, he settled immediately into bed. If he was a little bit of a smaller cat, I think he would be a parrot. And by that I mean I think he would sit on our shoulder.
Fine.
Because he used to when he was little.
Yep.
He would actually he scaled Cece's leg, and in a most painful and dramatic way.
Oh, my chest, actually.
Oh yeah, well didn't he climb all the way up?
Yep.
Yeah, like
From the ground to my shoulder.
basically to the ground of the shoulder and then perched himself there. Was the cutest damn thing. Just making sure that, like, where he stabbed me isn't too bad. Okay. Are these guys all appear to be just on the same bases? There's no different sizes, so let's just find a cool looking one. This is the command squad. I feel like we should put something where they have like a little bit of an Aquila there, I think. Let's see what we got.
I don't know what he wants.
I don't know what he wants either. He might just want to wander around. Like, he's active, so he's like, hey, I'm here.
I am present.
I am present. I heard that you were streaming, so I decided to wake up. Alright, yeah, I think we're going to go with one of these Aquila pieces. They appear to be identical, so we'll just go with the first one we pulled out. And then we're just going to stick these little lads on there. I wonder if it matters which one you do. Because, like, they do... Nah, I don't think it does. I don't think it does. Okay. Get some of my Tamiya extra thin cement. Yay. Yeah, you're not wrong. He is just making his daily sacrifice to the blood god. You want to see what he actually did to me recently? It's healing and everything fine, but like, so first he did this. This happened when I took him to the vet recently, and he really was not having it. And then he slipped because he was drunk, and he did that. He's not actually drunk. He was, we had to give him some gabapentin to take him in for the vet the second time because he really freaked out the first time. And the gabapentin takes a while to get out of his system. And it makes him very wobbly when he's walking, especially on our hardwood, like, floors or tiled floors, where his little feetsies will sometimes slip. And he had some long nails and he got stuck on a fabric piece, because this was while we were sitting on the couch, so this floor slipperiness didn't have anything to do with this particular maiming. But he, like, drunkenly got stuck on his claw, and then used my hand as a way to try to or my wrist as a way to try to slow himself down from sinking because he was slipping, and that's where that came from. Oh, you had a ferret that would sit on your shoulder? That's so cute. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and glue these guys down. I think the best thing to do is I'm gonna put the captain on first. I don't want to overload it too much with glue, but we do want to get a little more than what I had before. Alright, and I'm going to put him... I think... here. Why does that not feel anything? I clearly didn't do a good job sanding that. It was like curved, and it wasn't sitting flat onto the base, and that was bothering me, so I'm going to take it off, and we'll just reattach him in the same spot, but after I get it a bit more flat. Maybe I just need to use the upper sandpaper. The really soft stuff may not have been taking enough off. Yes, I do need 5 per base. At least with all the infantry. Okay, is that sitting a bit flatter now? Yes. He still has a little bit of a lift up. I mean, I understand he's on a little bit of a stone. Okay, maybe I want to go with a different... Why would you give them... Okay, why would you give them... little rock debris to stand on when you're putting them on such flat, clean pieces of terrain? Or like bases. Okay. Alex, thank you so much for the generous donation. Jägermeister, do you Jägermeister do get you funny-headed. It does, in fact, yeah. I've actually never had a Jägermeister before, but I'm sure it does. Even if you are kitty cat, get a little band-aid for that arm love. Regards for Denmark. Oh, it's fine. It'll be okay. It's not actually bleeding. It's just it looks red, on screen more than it actually is. But it's genuinely fine. I promise you.
Jack.
Little lad! I mean, I'm glad he's meowing, honestly. He hadn't been since we gave him the Gazapantin. Because it knocks him the fuck out. Alright. Okay, we were gonna buff the bottoms of some of these guys with a bit of a firmer sandpaper before we move on. Alright, so I'm gonna put the banner guy just behind Captain. I think that'll be good. Okay, good. I think I can do that, and it's not getting picked up. Now my plan is to try to space them a little bit to make painting any possible little details that I may want to easier. Which is also why I'm gonna shift this guy a smidge. So that I can, if I do want to do something fun with that banner, I can. I realize I just forgot to clean up the, alright, popping him off. I forgot to clean up this side. Cool. Fool of a took. There we go. That's better. That's a little cleaner. Dust off. That side didn't have any clip marks. Still a little bit raised. Let's see if we can be a little bit more thorough, shall we? Oh. Go away, line. Oh, it's because I was going back and forth so much, it was having a hard time focusing, and that's what the line showed up for. Got it. Okay, there we go. That's cleaned. Now, back onto the base. Right there. And that way I can definitely get to the banner. If I want to do anything fancy on it. Like decals or something. Oh! I'm sorry. Didn't realize that my camera went off. Yep, I see that. I see that. I have not picked a Legion specifically. I am building the Astartes, but I haven't decided if I'm going Heresy, if I'm going Loyalist, and if I do either of those, whom I would want to do. Because, like, on one hand, there's a part of me that would love to paint these guys up as if they were Death Guard, for example. I think that would be very cute. But I also kind of like the idea of going, you know, I could go Imperial Fist. That could be very fun. Daddy Dorn would approve of such a strategy. And it would be kind of reminiscent to what I did back when I first got started in the hobby. I did Crimson Fist, not Imperial Fist, but I think the yellow could be kind of fun to play with. Especially with like cool contrast colors now. And also my Duncan Rhodes paints I pointed down, they're not down there anymore. I moved them over there. And you guys can't see them regardless. So it was pointless doing that, but I think that could be really fun. But I haven't actually decided. All I know is I'm doing the Space Marines. I'll probably go chaos. My heart leans into chaos. Welcome back, Metallica Kind. Yeah, rip the camera. It's fine. It's fine. It just, every 30 minutes or so, it turns itself off because of the type of camera it is. With, I think it's because of our HDMI connection. And I just forgot. And I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to how long the stream had been going. It's mostly because I had run out to go take care of Jack. All right, let's see. I want to get the one other guy with the chain sword on because, again, make sure that he's accessible and easier to paint because he's got a little bit wider area. Okay, I'm gonna put him right there. And then we'll put these guys in the back. Are they all facing the... I guess they are all kind of facing the same way, aren't they? You know what? I kind of like what the book suggests in having him a little further back, so I'm going to tack him there just gently. We're going to use this spot that we put some glue on already to tack this guy down. The one is... Are you the one with that has the slightly more... Yeah, you have the slightly more casual look. Do a little bit of glue on both sides. This will help it stick better. Alright. He's meowing again. I'll be right back. Problem. Your blanket is completely just all over the place. What's that? What's that? Do you want to be over here? Okay, here's what I've done, ladies and gentlemen. I've brought his Lego blanket over. He has followed me. He seems satisfied.
You're just missing us. We're like, hey, you've been hanging out downstairs with me. What are you doing?
How dare you try to work? How dare you? Alright, he is settling into place, which is great. Let's go ahead and keep getting these guys back into place. Now this first dude can be stuck down and I knocked back off, that's fine. So we wanted to move him anyways. So he's down, that looks good. I like how they're being shown. This is the one guy that, like, may not be seen too much, but that's fine. Cool. There is our first base assembled. Ooh, Legion of the Damned would be cool. I don't know if they exist, like if rules for them specifically exist in this though, because like
They did not exist yet.
okay, I was gonna say yeah, I didn't think they would exist.
They narratively fall within, I think, the cursed founding of Space Marines, which is a few centuries, if not a few thousand years later.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I didn't think they were around during the Horus Heresy.
Because they're the Lost Flame Phoenixes.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. All right, that's our first guy's done. Let's move on to the next. We have a bunch of tactical squads to build now. All right, so which sprue is this? Oh, I have a second command squad. What? Oh, I do build 2 of them. Okay. Well, screw that then. Screw the tactical squads. We're gonna build... Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm looking at this. Chat. And I wasn't reading. So there's definitely a ×2 there. There's also ×1. Why? Should I build a second one? Do I need a second one? Epic scale, man. Isn't it great? I think this is the same scale that Flames of War is done in, right?
I think so, yes.
Which explains also why
GaleForce.
GaleForce 9 has their terrain and everything. And Battlefront Miniatures is part of it because Battlefront Miniatures publishes Flames of War, if I'm not mistaken. I think painting them is actually going to be a relatively straightforward process, despite the fact that they're super tiny and you would think that they would be really complicated. But I think the best way to honestly approach them is to block out colors in base coats and then just apply washes over top to get your highlights and shadows in there a little bit more naturally. And I think that'll honestly, and then maybe some weathering. Possibly a smidge of a dry brush over top to just bring some final highlights out, but I really feel like they're gonna be... I'm not expecting it's insane detail out of them, I guess. They are beautifully detailed, don't get me wrong, but I'm also not... I'm gonna be relying a lot on washes, I think, to fill in some shadows and create some depth on these models, more so than I'm gonna try to fiddle with wet blending a bunch of colors together to create highlights and shadows, you know what I mean? Exactly. I feel like it's going to be a lot of honestly, contrast colors are going to be great on these because they're going to already have a nice mid-tone highlight and shadow color worked in because of the way that those kinds of materials work. Same thing with speed paints. If we're doing this with speed paint, you also have a really good option, and then you just throw a wash over top that, add a dry brush, and I think you'll be good. The main thing that's going to be annoying is doing the metallic bits, but even then I feel like I don't even have to fully paint the metallic bits. I really feel like I just need to base them in a gray contrast color and then do a dry brush of a metallic finish over top to give them the sheen that I want them to have without them being gooped down by a lot of really thick metallic paint. I was trying to think of the best way to describe it, but I feel like metallic paints, because of the pigments and the mica powders that are in them, tend to be goopier, if you will. They're thicker than even your standard acrylics, and they don't, when they do thin, they can almost get too thin. But otherwise, I don't feel like it's gonna be too much of a problem, which is why I'm gonna, I think, do a dry brush approach. Yeah, no, you would, like, you can't. Like, I think anybody who would want to go into this expecting a full size level of painting would just, like, is kidding themselves. And or has either way too much time on their hands or free time on their hands, or that is literally just like their job or something. Like, I don't know, you have to, like, I guess you just have to be like super dedicated in order to do that level of painting on this scale of a miniature. Whereas I feel like most people are like, no, I'm gonna get some decent looking paint on them, but I really just want to get playing.
Did you show them the decals?
Oh no, I haven't. Look how tiny these decals are. Like, isn't that wild? Like, the largest ones are the ones for the Titans. Or the Warhounds, I guess. I don't know if they're full Titans, but for the Warhounds.
Warhounds are Titans.
Oh, are they? Okay. Then for the Warhounds. Why is it suddenly out of focus? Get back into focus. I demand it. There we go. They're so tiny. They're so tiny. They're really cute, though. Let's see, who do they actually give you? They give you... some fists? No, iron hands? Oh, no, okay, so they do... Okay, let's see. Help me identify. Obviously, Imperial fists. Iron hands. I think these are just the Horus, like, Sons of Horus. Who are these ones? Are these
the
just...
eyes of the Sons of Horus.
Yeah, those are... I think these are the eyes. I think those are, like, meant to be the eye. I don't know who just the generic skull with the spikes around it is.
Word bearers.
Ah, word bearers. Okay. And then up here we have... I don't know, again, if these are generic or not. Although these don't look generic. That looks like a Taurus. And then this looks kind of like a ram. So I don't know who these are. But these are also the Solar Auxilia. So I'm way less familiar with the Horus Heresy era, like, guardsmen. Are these just two factions? Like, is one of these the fallen Imperial Guardsmen of Earth, and the other is, like, the non-fallen, like, the Loyalists? But then there's also these. So there's a bunch, like, there's a lot that I don't... Wait, Death Guard? Where? Which one's Death Guard? Gotta hold your breath while transferring those, I'm sure. That's a good call. I also like to sometimes rim the bases of my models to help at least identify squads. Like, I did that in 40k with my Poxwalkers because I had 3 squads of 20. And they all had identical, like, guys in each squad. There was no differences really in them, and I kind of painted them all relatively similar. So in order to help myself differentiate them, I rimmed the bases in a dark green, which was a bad idea because it just ended up looking black, a pink, and then a yellow, because I thought because my color scheme had a lot of yellows, pinks, and greens in it, so I thought it worked really well. The skull is Death Guard, not Word Bearers? Oh. Oh, would Word Bearers have, like, a book or something, then? That's really cool that they gave you Death Guard ones. Oh! My god, they have a whole infantry banner thing here. I didn't even notice. Look at that. Focus. And there is a Death Guard one. I can't read that print to save my life. Hold on. Oh, I don't have my magnifying thing here. Damn it, it's downstairs. Sons of Horus. I think that's the second Sons of Horus. Okay, so there's 2 Death Guard. Imperial Fists. No, Iron Hands, Imperial Fists. And then these ones are the Guard. Okay. So cool. Anyway, super tiny decals, terrifying to use. Okay, we got our next command squad. I'm assuming I have enough bases for everything, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm counting how many bases I need. How does it tell me in this booklet? Build number required up to the limit shown. I see. Okay, so that
Because you're making 2 groups. Each have a command squad.
I see. Okay, so I do want to build both command squads.
Yes.
Okay. Well, they're both gonna go on Aquila bases because they're command squads. Damn it. They deserve the Emperor's glory, and then or to step on it if they're feeling heresy. Let's not crush the tiny slots. There it is. Looking for my sandpaper. It went missing, and by missing, I set it off to the side. There are 2 Death Guard banners. One is with the Ah, okay. Oh, is that what happened? Word bearers used to have a book in flames, but then turned it to a skull in flames.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I hadn't remembered what the Death Guard's, like, iconography was prior to the fall.
Wasn't it still a skull?
It is. Actually, that's the skull that's on this sheet.
Got it.
So they gave me Sons of Horus, Death Guard, Iron Hands, and Imperial Fists. Which I will admit, I do love seeing the Death Guard support. We all are Alfarius. Do they make additional decal sheets, like official ones, for the other legions? Like if you were wanting to, say, do Alpha Legion or something like that? Or do you have to, like, make them yourself and print them? These are epic scale miniatures, so they... Let me see if it actually says on here their millimeter, like, their actual millimeter. Why would they give me that information? That would be important. It's plastic kits. Children under the age of 16 shouldn't do this without supervision. But I don't actually know. It's like 5mm or something like that. Like, okay, hold on. Let me get the scale, because I think that's the better way to really describe this for you. What scale, and it's just going to tell me epic, isn't it? What scale are epic miniatures? 6mm scale. So I was close, because I thought it was 5. What is the, like, 1 whatever, though?
They don't do that for that type of scaling.
Oh, I was just trying to, like, see if I could, like, figure it out, like, anyways, because it's...
You can see what 1
like,
scale.
for example, Hero Yui in my Master Grade Gundam.
Look up what gunpla is in scales are in millimeter.
Let's see. Gunpla scales in 80 to 375.
So that's just giving you the height of the backup.
Right, which I like. So, because what I'm trying to compare it to is, like, I think in the Master Grade 1/100th scale,
Yeah.
Hero Yui is standing taller than these Space Marines.
Yeah, he is.
So These have to be like 144 or
No, they have to be like 150.
or sorry, yeah, like 1/50th scale.
Yeah.
Well, no, because they're yeah.
The smaller, the bigger the number, the smaller they get.
Right.
1/2 is bigger than 1/3.
Right, of course. Yeah, so I guess they'd be like 1/50th scale or something like that. Maybe a 4th scale to a normal marine. Yeah, I think that would probably that seems accurate. Like basically here, actually I can show you a little bit of a better idea. So this is a modern space marine. Ignore the wild array of colors. He's my test marine. And here is the epic scale marine. So they're supposed to be the same size. If that helps give you an idea of how freakishly small these things are. This is your normal, like, what we normally work on the channel. And this is what we're working on now. It is his baby. True. You're right. I know it's really weird, right, for me to be working on something so small when I do have a preference for going big. These guys are just so cute. I can't help it.
Oh, Jack, are you just sitting down there? Being a sweet lad?
He's on the blanket next to me and makes me very happy. Alright, that's looking good. One more to clean out. Right? It totally should put it into perspective, seeing the normal guy with, like, the little ones. It's really funny to me, because, like, the Titans are gonna be the same size, I think, as him. Maybe a little larger than him. But, like, that's how wild this scale is. It's just, it's so funny. That's one of the other reasons that I think I just wanted to, like, do something with it, is because it's so gosh darn small. And, like, when am I ever going to do anything with something that's small again? I'm going to angle these guys a little bit different. He's gonna be standing on the bullet this time. Actually, just... Pull the Emperor! There was a little bit of, like, residue. Oh, why are you not in focus? What are you trying to focus on that you're not... My hands are the biggest thing in screen! What? Focus on them! Camera. How dare you? There we go. My goodness. It was really wanting to focus on the little guys on the ground, wasn't it? Alright, I think I'm gonna put the banner boy in the back this time. Flank him with that guy. Then, oh yeah, put the banner on this side. I also think it's gonna look really good. I'm very excited, actually. Two more. One will go there. And the other will be a bit more centered, I think, is the plan. In this case, we're going tiny and going home. Hell yeah, that looks great. Alright, we're just gonna set our 2 squads off to the side. Maybe here so you guys can see them. Here so that you're not on top of them. There you step, my dear Astartes. Oh, I'm gonna get a drink of water. Dude, I want some 2 feet high warhounds. You know what I saw recently? I didn't actually know that they made these. Apparently, they make a like humongo like 1/5 or 1/40th scale or something like that Gundam. There's 2 of them.
They're like for stores.
Like I don't know if they are like the guy implied that they were for just sale. Life or human sized Gundam kit. Yeah, I think this is... I need to see somebody standing next to it. Because it's called a, like, mega size. 1/48th scale. I don't know if that's actually, like, how tall are you? Learn more. No, I don't want to learn more about that. I want to learn more about the mech. Okay. 1/48th scale. Instructions may not be in English. Oh my god, yeah, this is the huge one. Wait, no. Is it the huge one? Okay, it's big, but it's not the super huge one. I don't know what it is. Like, I think it's like... It was in a YouTube video that I was watching, and I just don't... I want a giant Gundam. Yeah, because there's too many of these for them to exist, and I don't remember what scale it was specifically. You own one?
That's awesome.
Wait, Luke, are you saying you own one of the giant Gundams, or do you own one of the large, like, statues for, like, GW? Oh, I think it'll be fine. Like, I'm sure it's not going to be, like, the easiest thing when they're mounted, but I'm not super worried because I don't plan on making them super detailed also. Do that. Just turn off my camera for a second because it turned itself off. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be too bad. I'm not going to be super fussy with, like, really detailed painting. But who knows? Maybe I will regret it. The problem is I really don't want to paint them, like, individually and then glue them down. I'd rather them just be mounted to the base. Okay, we did those ones. We should open up our instruction guide and actually build some more. Oh my gosh, Haven, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Or gifted membership. Chris, welcome to the Hobby Night Legion. It's lovely to have you here. Okay, clippers. And probably a sprue. A sprue would be good. So we need 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And this is going to be a ×2. So, okay, hold on. The thing I need to figure out... Okay, so looking at this, I'm gonna make 2 of these. I'm gonna make 1 of these, and then we're gonna have at least 1 of these. Where's that to put everything in here? I think I dropped something. Hold on. Oh, I did, but it was a tiny piece of this orange plastic, so it's fine. Who cares? It's more for basing? Ah, that's fair. You know, that is a fair point, but I don't think I'm not 100% super concerned. I'll probably immediately regret saying that once I actually get to building. So can you answer a question for me? In this guide where it says Tactical Legionaries, should I build 2 of what looks like the command squad because it has a little banner boy? Or do I just need 1?
Let's do 1. There's identical sprues.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that. So I've
at the top of the page for the entire thing, it said we'll be doing this twice.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by there will be 2 of them.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
Basically, you're making 2 little armies.
I understand. Okay, that's why there's the ×2 and then the ×1s on some of them.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that makes way more sense.
So at the end, you might end up with 4.
Got
Just
it.
2 × 2.
Yeah. I get you. Okay. All right. Let me get the other little sprues out because I just want to see where the rest of. Are you guys all just the guardsmen? I think you are. Okay, so I think these 2 sprues are pure guardsmen. We have some tanks. Titans. Okay, so I do think these are just the 2 sprues of my marines. So we're just gonna work with 1 first, and then we'll move on to the second one. Alright, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 8. Oh my god, it would help if I actually looked at these sprues. Did you know that some of them are duplicate numbers? It's not just all the same numbered guy. So the thing was throwing me off and why I was so fucking confused is because literally every single one of these has like an 8, a 12, 11, and a 9. And I was like, there can't be that many. There are. They just put multiple of the same numbers. Alright. Alright, let's go 8. 9. Alright, so you're 9. 9. Yep. 10. Yes, 10. 11. Nope, that's a 9. 11. Why would you put their numbers on upside down, but then put them... Think about your sprue designs, man. And then 12. Alright. First group. Start with 1 and work our way towards. As many assault and terminators and heavy weapons as you can. That makes sense. Ooh, that's a big bit of sprue. Let me just clean that up first before we start sanding. Ooh. The fun thing is for Christmas, I actually got a little bit of additional stuff for Imperial Legionalis. Can't remember now which tanks it was, but I got another set of tanks, which is pretty cool.
Are they Sakaran?
Was that what they were? Was
Not
that
sure.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. They may have been Sakaran actually. So that'll be fun to build. I actually don't know where the rulebook is for Imperial Legionalis right now.
It's on the bookshelf with all the other rule books.
Oh, is that where it is? Okay, cool.
A shocking place to find it.
A shocking place to find it. With the other rulebooks?
Yes.
Oh my
all
god.
of the 40k and 30k and Blood Bowl and such.
Who would have thought? Ooh. Again, another really big chunk of sprue that I left on there. Get rid of it. Get out of here, Flash. I have not built the Warhound yet. All I have put together is we're starting the front of the rulebook or the build guide, and we're starting with the infantry. The Warhound's at the back, so maybe we'll swap and we'll do that in a little bit, just for something a bit different. That's a terrible place for a book? What do you mean?
On a shelf.
Oh, on a shelf. I see. I see. Speaking of the book, actually, I do want to go grab that because I want to look in it real fast and see if it gives me some guidance. Okay. Got the book. Since we're not really looking at this right now, let me move you here. Okay, let's take a look at the potential army makeups. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Okay, here we go. Legions Astartes lists. This is actually really cool. I haven't looked through this fully, but I do like when they give you these like cool breakdowns of how things are supposed to be set up. So, for example, they're giving us a Death Guard Legion, my boys. And in this, we have a demi company of Great Crusade era approved mechanisms. All right, cool. We have a command squad. We have 3 tactical squads. I'm sorry, 2 tactical squads, 1 support squad, 2 fire raptor gunships, some predator tanks, some rhinos for transport. But then they give me another example, and this one sounds a lot cooler because it's got a still your command squad, still tactical, but it's got Terminators. Who doesn't love Terminators? Also dreadnoughts. Okay. Fascinating. And I am kind of leaning Death Guard. Done anything with my Death Guard in ages, and doing tiny versions of Death Guard does sound really fun. Alright, let's go ahead and get back over to this. Yes. You know what I should have done while I did that? Hold on, we're gonna... I can be sneaky about resetting my camera. Now you don't know that I turned the camera off, except that I just told you. But if I didn't, you'd have no idea. I'd just be like, boop, and then switch back over and be like, yay, look, there we are. Okay. Now that I'm done being dumb. It's glue. Some little space marines to a base. Focus. It's trying so hard. Oh, on camera, you can do it. There you go. We're getting there. You know what you should do before you start gluing these down? Look at all their poses. This top is not. What I have on underneath the bodysuit is. This one's actually from Blackcraft Cult. So similar vibe. Although I will admit, I looked at Blackcraft Cult's like current collection, and I also was shopping Killstar's current collection, and frankly, I actually really like Killstars more, and I feel terrible saying that because I used to just be such a hardcore Blackcraft Cult person. But I don't know. I haven't been as impressed with their styles, and I feel like they don't really have like as much variety as they once did, which I was a little sad to see.
Probably got more expensive to bring this stuff in overseas.
Honestly, that's kind of my expectation as well. I know, aren't they tiny? They're so cute. But yeah, I actually did, speaking of Killstar, I did like 2 big purchases with them over the holidays because they were having some pretty good deals for like Xmas, as they called it. And then like their winter sale afterwards. So do love their stuff. If you were around and you saw when I was I had that like pretty red suede or like crushed velvet dress on during one of my Rogue Trader streams during Christmas, that's theirs. That's a Killstar specifically. Now, one of the things I'm trying to do is I am trying to be a little mindful of spacing so that when I do go to paint these guys, they're at least a little bit more accessible for me. But I'm not worrying huge amounts about it because, again, I'm going to be doing some very, like, blocking out color, doing some washes, and bringing out details that way. One more for the squad. What are cheater nachos? How are they cheating? Are they using like fake cheese or something? Is that what the cheat is? What is the type of Dawn of War gear you want? Do you mean Down of War? Do you mean Dawn of War? And I don't quite understand what you mean by with the questions there, my friend. NJ Gamer. Clarify, and I'll totally happily answer that question for you, because I don't know what Dawn of War war gear I would end up wanting. It's been so long since I've played Dawn of War that I don't 100% remember all the war gear, but I mean, it's fairly standard Legion war gear, right? So, like, you'd get bolters, you'd get your heavy weapons, you'd get your special weapons, you'd end up getting, like, various tanks and titans, etc., dreadnoughts, devastators, squads, etc. So I don't know if I quite understand. Oh, you made them in the microwave instead of the oven. That's why you call them cheater nachos. I mean, is that... I mean, I guess so. I guess it's probably cheating. I don't know. It's lunch nachos to me. Dinner nachos are the only ones that need to be used in the oven. If you're just eating lunch nachos, I feel like those could just be microwave, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, lunches are meant to be a quick meal. I feel like a bit more than a fine dining, sit down and take your time with it. So I think you're fine. All right, let's go ahead and make the next group of boys, which requires all of the same numbers except for, instead of 10, we're gonna put 6. And then we'll get 9 or 8, 9, 10. Probably didn't need to do that, but there's 10. Gear 10. Yes. So we need those guys. Not 10, we need 12. So I clipped 8, I clipped 9. I think it's 11 and 12 that I'm missing. Yeah, 11 and 12. Okay. Next batch is ready to be cleaned up and go. You know, honestly, I'm not familiar enough with, like, their official names that I'd be able to tell you specifically which ones I like. I mean, battle claws are fun, and plasma guns are always great. I am sometimes mildly partial towards melta guns, though, personally. But that's also just because I really like the way that it's animated in Rogue Trader whenever Pascal blows people up with his melta gun. So I may just be a little biased right now. For the Emperor, indeed! Unless we're playing for Heresy, and then it's for Chaos. I haven't decided yet. I do Death Guard, though. I really am leaning towards my beautiful, sweet, sneaky boys. Although they're not really sneaky yet. At this point. They haven't fully become smelly. They haven't fully rotted. Yet, have they? Ah, okay. Makes sense. I'm not normally a big chili fan on nachos personally, but that's also because I'm not, like, hugely into refried beans and such. Or just, like, beans in general. Like, I will eat the, those brown sugar, like, beans that you can get from, like, what is it, Bush or whatever? I don't remember. It's a US brand, so...
Like the baked beans?
Yeah, the baked beans. Like, the ones that you... Like, I think it's Bush. Like, didn't he have, like, a talking dog or something? That was constantly trying to steal his secret?
Yeah.
I'm remembering these commercials way too thoroughly. Why?
Did you watch Nostalgia Critic recently?
No, I don't think so. I'm just, like, remembering the dog, like, stealing this man's, like, or trying to sell this man's, like, bean recipe for, like, years. in their commercials. You guys remember what I'm talking about if you're like U.S. citizens, right? And you like existed in the 90s or 2000s. God, was it earlier than that? I don't know. It may have been college. It may have been like college era commercials because I did still have cable back then. But yeah, like I distinctly remember like the Bush's Beans dog really trying to fuck over his owner all the time. I need to do a chaos run in Rogue Trader, I agree. So we don't have to hold ourselves back anymore. We can just... Well, I mean, we're really not holding ourselves back that much in certain regards, but we are in the sort of corn variety, if you get my drift. So we could maim and collect skulls more. I do look forward to actually the dogmatic run in that game and really playing up the... If you were even touched by heresy or even thought about the Xeno in any capacity, like, off with your head. Yes, exactly. Oh my god. That's also what they used to say a lot. Roll that bean. I do like those ones, but that's like the only beans that I eat. I'm not really like a bean person. It's why the chili that I made for Christmas, well, I didn't make it, Chaos Box made it. But the chili that I insisted that he make for Christmas dinner was a beanless chili. Alright, let's get another base out. Open our glue back up. Gassy, I think, is the word that you're looking there for, Luke. Alright, let us... I grabbed the wrong guy to start us off with, but that's okay. Just put him flanking. Okay, now let's get the guy with the sword, please, Angela. So we can set up this formation properly. Everything's fine. I threw the base a little bit, but it's okay. Nothing happened. None of you saw that.
I'm grinding competitive.
Ah, is that what you're doing? Nice. Where are you at?
I mean, I just started for the season, so I'm only bronze 2.
Oh, okay. Got it. Boop. You made the mistake of having true Texan chili for the first time when you were back visiting the States with some friends, and you were actually high. It was so spicy, it felt like it took the... You know, I have had some spicy foods that have made me feel that way. I don't think I've had true Texan chili, because I don't know if I've had that experience with it. But when I was younger, spicy foods were not really my jam. As I've gotten older, I like them more. I assume my taste buds are dying. Or just like fizzling out. But I have been really enjoying a lot more spicy foods. That doesn't feel like you're stuck on there at all. Here we go. When I wobble you and lift you back up, that's probably not a good thing, but it's fine. Ignore it. Yeah, I think I think a white undercoat will probably be what I do, or like maybe a Wraithbone undercoat. Especially if I do end up doing Death Guard because of the colors that I'll want to end up using. But white might also end up working really well, especially even with Death Guard, just because of, well, they have a lot of white on their armor, don't they? Just go. Get back on there. Get back on there. You fiddly little Marine. You tiny little guy. Talk about a game system that I would not recommend as like your first game, because most people already think painting miniatures because they're so small is going to be super daunting and annoying. But like imagine if you introduce them to like this first. You're like, here, have fun with these, and they expect, like, they think they need to go like ridiculously detailed or something on them. There we go. Oh, because I threw it again. Okay, that is our second squad done, and now we'll do the little command squad, and we'll repeat the process again. Wait, you're not allowed in the US? You know, I don't know if I've really ever tried, like, Scandinavian cuisine. Or, like, heard really what that might be like. What kind of flavors does your cuisine have? Like, I don't know what ingredients you guys like to use in your more traditional dishes. Is there, like, are they a lot more, like, sweet and savory as opposed to maybe spicy? Oh, no worries about any repeats. So my plan right now is I have the starter set, and I have a couple additional pieces, and I definitely want to get some games in because, as you can see behind me, and here, let me actually go to this one. I was sent a large collection of the Gothic Sector Battlefield in a box from Battlefront Games, as well as GaleForce 9, and I want to use them and play games with them. So got the box set, and I actually had these box sets before the terrain was sent to me. But I'm really excited for these, and I want to at least get a cursory sort of like feel of it and play with it for a little while to see how I like it. And if I really enjoy it, then I'll probably invest a little bit more into it. But at minimum, I want to at least get the starter set and just have the opportunity to be able to run the epic scale games, because it's not something I've never done before, and something that I've kind of taken to in the last like 6 months or so is trying things that I've not, well, I mean, I've always done this. It's something I've done on the channel for years. But you may have seen that recently I got into Age of Sigmar, sticking with that still, definitely not like letting go of it, especially since those new, well, it's not for my army specifically, but because Chaos Cultist got the preview of the lovely new Soulblight Gravelords that are coming out with all those Bone Boys, we're both very excited, and I'm hoping I get some cool spearhead stuff for like new lizards in the future. But in the meantime, I also wanted to test out Imperial Legionalis because I just thought it looked really cool, and again, I've never done anything with these super tiny lads, so really like it. Oh, Alex, enjoy the rest of your evening, sir. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, and you're always welcome to be here. It's so lovely to have you. Have a good rest of your night. Sleep well. Hope tomorrow goes very, very well for you, and that work or whatever you need to get to tomorrow goes smoothly and everything is absolutely lovely. Good night, sir. Don't get too super freaked out on the infantry. They die on a 2+. That's good to know. Thank you. Set them up like a mini kill teams. Exactly! Little mini kill teams. It's kind of the idea, right? They are really cool. Like, there is something satisfying about having a base with multiple minis on it. It's the same thing. Oop, I didn't bring them into screen as far as I thought I had. It's the same reason I really like the, oh my god, did I face you the wrong way? You're fine. It's okay. Why I really like the Flames of War miniatures as well, because they're also these super tiny little dudes. I just think that's fun. Where should I put these? Over here. Over here? There we go. I think that works. Yeah. Clippers. New numbers. 7. Number 7. Number 12. Okay. 9. Which, for some reason, I always want to say with a German accent. Because of the word no.
9.
9? Did I already clip 12? I think I already clipped 12. 8. Oop, 8. 9, 8, 7, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. Oh, I fucking already had a 10 out. Damn it, okay. Damn it. I forgot I clipped him already. It's fine, I'll just make another squad. It has been about an hour, hasn't it? Well, I'm just doing some brief sanding here. I'm gonna swap back over to just face cam, so that I can give my camera a break, because I think it's about to time itself out again. And then we'll swap back in a sec. You're not missing anything super exciting. I'm just literally doing this. Yeah, I can't wait to get paint on these guys. Like, that's actually... And I also can't wait to build some of the tanks. In fact, after this... Like, once we... I don't want to leave it half done. But I do want to build... At least, like, I either want to build a dreadnought, a tank, or a warhound. Luke, I'm trying to cut down on the dehydration. Thank you. I'll get chips later, though. I'm sure that'll happen. No, I actually, like, legit, though, I noticed that, because of the stress of Jack and just a few other things that have happened, I have been imbibing Mountain Dew like crazy. So I'm keeping myself cut off a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's all my fault, though, so.
What do you mean it's your fault?
The other stress.
Oh, that's fine. You know what? You're right. You're right. Dare I? I'm letting you guys are missing the best part. The vibrating hands. How could I?
Do you have the camera off?
I was on a full screen for a moment because I was letting it reset. There you go. Oh, hold on. Go away. There we go. Not you guys. You could stay there. I was talking to the little square of it focusing on my hands. I know it's the warp's gift to mankind. It's my vice, okay? I'm not like cutting off completely. I'm just trying to reduce what I intake each day. I was drinking like 4 cans a day. Okay? And they were mini cans, so it's not like the full scale ones, good God. Although I used to do that in college. But like still, it's not the best. Okay, we're clean. Woohoo! Is Death Guard a traitor chapter in 30K as well?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, they are still technically part of. They still stick with their OG color scheme though, in Horus Heresy era stuff, because they haven't like jumped forward in time, and I don't actually know what causes them to do a full. I guess it's just the decay. I just assume that they've decayed so much that their armor is literally rotted. And it's not so much that they actively have changed their color scheme. You know, honestly, okay, this is something...
In Flight of the Eisenstein, it is basically explained that the Death Guard are so inundated with viruses and things, but Nurgle will not let them die as a result of it.
Yeah.
That they swear themselves over to him to stop the pain. And then,
right, I do remember that.
And basically, like, the results of that are what turn their armor color.
Okay.
From the white to the green.
From the white to the green. Because they're basically just decay. Like, they're just rotting.
Yep.
Okay. I do have a robo-cleany thing. I'll get that out in a sec after we glue these guys down, because I don't want to accidentally scoop them up. But I can show you that. I've been using it a lot, actually. You'll see it a little bit in a video that's coming out soon with my Gunther build. I gotta write the script for tonight. Alright. Got one of our first dudes. Just stick it. Can I not get your spool off enough? Is that the problem?
How's Jack doing?
He's good. He's still laying down next to me on the blanket.
Yay.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to come up and hang out. He was like, hey, where are you? Meow, meow, meow. Okay, let's try this again. Much better. Much better. Okay. I was just whispering. I realized that this base that I had has a step on it, and I wanted him to be on front of the step instead. Because that just feels cooler. Okay, now we got that. Let's put Banner Boy next to him in the spot that we moved the other guy from. Boop. Oh god, almost threw him. Okay. Okay, there we go. I have not read Lords of Silence. It's a great book. It's an audiobook performance with a deep dive into the Death Guard. Ah. They come across a nihilistic Zen monk. Ooh. That sounds really cool. Yeah, no, I've not read that one. The only book that I've actually read about the Death Guard is Flight of the Eisenstein. because I've read, basically to give you a brief rundown of the Black Library novels that I've read and or listened to, because it's actually very limited. The first 4 Horus Heresy novels, so I've done all first 4 of those. I have read Mechanicus, which is one of my favorites. I have read a number of the modern books, including the ones that were coming out during 8th edition, talking about, like, everything that was, like, modernly happening. I've read most of those. It's, oh, what was the fucking, like, series title? It's the ones that got retconned really hard because they realized, oh, if we actually said things happened as we did, these people would either... there would be no way some of these guards, or some of these, nobles and, like, humans would still be alive. Like, it made sense for the Space Marines, but, like, there were some humans that just, like, would not have been alive still, but they still were, because of the time passage, so they retconned things. So I read some of those. Was it the Dark something? Something dark? I don't remember now. And then I'm currently reading Fulgrim, although that's been a little bit on hiatus just because I've been... Frankly, right now I'm reading Rogue Trader, the game, and that's sort of been consuming all of my reading time. There's just so much of it. Goodness, there's so much of it, but I do love it. My goodness. And what's really nice is we finally got the Kiavigana in Rogue Trader. I've been wandering around space for a while and avoiding it. Finally went there, just had our big fight with the Magos. Or the, Fabricator General. And that was super cool. Or at least progress his narrative. So that down the line I can. And then maybe one day I can bring Kabbalah, Heinrichs, and Jai all to bed together. Because I feel like they might be cool with that. That feels, I don't know. Maybe... Actually, I don't know. Maybe Heinrichs won't. Maybe Kabbalah won't. I feel like Jai would be totally fine with it. However, you know, actually, maybe she wouldn't. She did carve Angela plus Jay into my bed frame. She might be more possessive than I give her credit for. Relax. I had so many fibers on him, I thought I had, like, fucked him up. Everything's fine, though. Everything's cool. It is like reading a novel. I mean, the Rogue Trader is essentially a Black Library novel, like, in CRPG form. Probably multiple. It's like a series of Black Library novels in CRPG form. Welcome to the channel, Conrad Kurz. Lovely to have you here, sir. Please don't flay me alive. I don't want to suffer your scare tactics, sir. Alright, there we go. Little guys. Little space marines. You can do it, camera. I believe in you. Focus. Focus. They really want to. But then the forward one, so there we go. That's kind of, there we go. They're so tiny. First 5 infantry. Dun, 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 dun. Well, technically, I think it's that. I see. So actually, what I need to do... So one of these is separate. We're gonna... So you're the extra. There's these, but I need one more set, which means I can use this 10 guy. Yes! Huh. Okay. Alright. We're building one more Tactical Legion, and then we're gonna switch over to either... Do you guys want... I don't know how to do polls. Do you guys, tell me in chat, do you guys want to see me, after I'm done with this last tactical squad, do you want to see me build a, The light on me from my window is distracting me immensely. I don't know why my ADHD is kicking in so hard here right now, but it is. Focus, Angela. Focus. Do you want to see me build a vehicle, a dreadnought, or a titan? Tell me in chat. Dark Imperium, yes. Yes, that is the one I'm talking about. Dark Imperium. That's the one that they retconned and, like, did everything. Thankfully, Nobody Home. I'm assuming that's what your name is. NBDY Home. Nobody Home. Thankfully you don't have to build too many, like, they're not in parts except for the really, like, the actual larger things, like the dreadnought, the tank, and the titans. So, like, the infantry, thankfully, are, for the most part, not in pieces. The only ones that seem to have pieces are the guys with the missile launchers, which I think these are their missile launchers right here, actually. I think both of those, are the missile launchers. However, everything else, they're just WYSIWYG. You get what you see on the sprue is what you get. So you're not really having to build so much as you're just clipping them out and sticking them onto a base. And the other nice thing is, in theory, you could paint the infantry on sprue and then attach them. Ow, I just banged my elbow and it really wasn't... Okay. Wasn't too bad, but it still smarted. Thankfully, you could paint them on sprue and then clip them out after you're done painting them, and it should be okay. I don't think you'd actually have too much trouble with that. Now, we have already clipped 10, so we don't need to worry about 10s. We just need 11, 9, 12, and 8. 11... so this is 9. Here's an 8. I've already got 10. Here's a 12. And here's 11. Okay, the one thing is losing them on the floor, potentially. That's where you gotta really be scared. Wait, what? Mark IV wobble armor? Dreadnought, save the shiny stuff for later.
You gotta do some bigger stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to after I finish this last group of, because this will actually be a full, like, once I get this one done, because it's 2, 1, and then 1, yep. And then times 2, so that will be the full first one, yeah. I built a spare in command squad already.
Oh, for the second squad?
Yeah. Yeah, just because...
You got excited.
I got excited. They were cool. They had swords and they had a banner and I liked them. I can't control myself. Okay, I like that. We'll do a dreadnought then. Maybe we'll do, yeah, well, I like that idea of doing one of the 2 titans as its own stream. We'll just build both of them. Because they're identical. I don't think there's actually a difference. Oh my gosh. Can you, oh, actually, no, it's on that side, I think.
You know what?
I'm being blinded by the sun coming in.
Oh.
Is that better? Is it now? It's no longer in my face. It was just, I think it was reflecting off of our neighbor's window or something and just directly, like, in my face. So I had these beautiful, like, highlights. Oh, I also want to open up one of these because I want to see the squad standing next to them. I want to see, like, how crazy, like, tiny they are. Another good comparison, just show you how tiny they are.
Who are?
The Space Marines.
Next to what?
The terrain.
Oh, next to the terrain.
Yeah. Clearly not. You're working on standard Blood Angel squad and you're always dropping pieces. Dude, I also have incredibly clumsy hands. I drop pieces all the time. The first step of building my Gundam, and I'll talk about this in the episode too, but oh my gosh. I had issues because of just clumsiness and just not reading things, like my instructions properly. Would an emery board be more practical for sanding than that block? I don't know what an emery... Emery? Oh! You know, it's the same style of material, so possibly... I do need to get it... Oh, actually, I have...
You have a new one.
I do have... Yes, I do have the new ones. I have to pull those out, because there's a lot of sizes in this. I'm gonna go with these. A little bit of a thicker block, and I can just sort of slap it onto the ground. And... alright, so we've got... Remind me again, the higher the number of the grit, the smoother it is. Okay, so I want to start with probably like the 1,000?
What did you go up to?
10,000? Like... This is the 10,000.
Is it smooth?
It's essentially smooth.
Yeah,
like
that's like a polishing.
Got it. So, let me see. I see. I have as low as 120 grit, too. I think...
120 is what you use on, like, wood.
Got it. I feel...
I don't think you need to go that.
I don't think I do either. I'm gonna start with 1,000. I think I have a little bit of a really...
You also have a 600.
Ah, yes. Okay, let's do the 600. Yeah, that's working.
Yeah, it looks like all the other ones in here are...
Got it. I had never heard it called that. I'm sure it's on the packaging. I've bought those before, but I've honestly never paid attention. I've just always called them nail files. But yeah, I think a nail file would also get you the exact same effect.
We also have an 800.
Okay, cool. The 600's working. Actually, quite well. Just cleaning off. Getting the dust off. That one's smooth. That one's smooth. That's smooth. I think it's just this guy. Yeah. One more. Oh, I have terrible nails. What are you talking about? I mean, thank you. I appreciate it, Luke, but like... I mean, my nails are okay, I guess.
Tell them the horror story of having your nails in,
Oh my god. Okay, so talking about nails, I have tried acrylic nails really once in my life. It was when COVID...
Late 2019 into early 2020.
Yes, it was late 2019 into early 2020, and I had just gotten, like, I think a week before lockdown happened, a fresh set of acrylic nails put on.
If you watch our earliest videos on this channel, you will see that she has acrylic nails.
Yeah, you can see them. And they were fun. I really liked them. They actually did not get in the way of hobbying, although I think with the scale they probably would. But like initially, with what I was doing, they weren't a problem. The problem came when I wasn't able. I didn't know how to remove them. I'd never really like done acrylic nails prior. One of my friends at work, his wife, like, was like, hey, I'll take you, we'll do it, and it was really cool, and I really liked doing it with her, but, like, weren't able to continue because of the lockdown, obviously, and I wasn't sure how to remove them, or what would happen if I didn't remove them, And so it was a little terrifying. Thankfully, I just like ended up getting some nail polish remover. Like I ordered nail
And soaking your
and basically soaking my fingers in nail polish remover to like get them to release. And obviously they're fine now. They recovered. But like, if you guys have never, as I'm sure many of you have never put on acrylic nails before, because I can't imagine why a lot of you would do that.
You're gluing them on.
You are gluing them on. You also are sanding down your existing nail a little bit, like thinning it.
Because you have to grip the nail. The glue won't grip.
Exactly.
Nail.
So you're really like people who do acrylic nails, from my understanding, a lot can like long term, I think, cause damage to their fingernails.
Yeah, they have to let
if they don't.
They need to let it regenerate between.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
If you let it heal back up and like don't sand it too low, it really doesn't cause.
But I think if you were like, if you do it excessively,
yep,
then I think you can really like damage your nails and such because you're grinding them away all the time. So it was, I was scared. I was a wee
we had a bad spring of 2020.
I mean, most people did, I feel like, but yes. Yeah. Indeed. But yeah, I haven't gone back to them just because honestly it's the initial setup and the getting your nails prepped for the acrylic nails. I don't mind having them on once they're on there. It's just the process of getting it done kind of like stresses me out. I don't find it relaxing. But it's basically like an extreme pedicure with how much they like smooth things.
Now I'm imagining you basically are going to paint them in one color, then paint their shoulders.
Yeah, I really think that's probably what. And then, like I said, I may end up doing like on the guns, like dry brushing a metallic finish on it.
I think for the armor, you just pick your basic color.
Mm-hmm.
Do like your shoulder trim.
Mm-hmm.
Your shoulders.
Exactly.
And then wash.
Exactly.
I think we're in the orc section of the book.
Is that what it is? I was like, what is this music? I love it. Like...
Mike's not picking it up, though.
Don't think so.
Be quiet, see if it moves.
It is not moving.
Then the mic is fine.
Boop. Last squad. Alright, let's build a dread.
Dreadnought or team?
I'm gonna do a dread.
Okay. I think it's all the same.
I think it is as well.
What's the other one?
Oh, great. Alright, because yes, here is our dreadnought pieces. I think there's actually multiple, but I'm just gonna build one, because where are we at? 4?
2 hours.
Right, excellent.
Do you want to take a break?
I think so. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is now that we've finished our 5 little squads of Space Marines. They're beautiful. Now that we've finished these guys up, I think I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Get a snack. Probably get some chips. Refill my water, check on my boy. And then I'll be back and we will take the last hour to build up at least one of our dreadnoughts.
I'm sure you get it.
How many are there? There's 2 of each type, so we can probably get like we'll probably get the 2.
I can get at least 2 done.
Yeah, I'll get at least 2 done. It doesn't look like I need to pick and choose. It looks like I just build for 2 of each variety.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. So we'll build either our Contemptor Dreadnought or with the Assault Cannon or the Twin Link Cannon. One or the other. Do I have options? Do I have more than... No, I think those are just the options. Okay, so, because, yeah, it's Power Fist on one side and then a gun on the other side.
Yeah, I think one's anti-tank.
That makes a lot of sense to me. But okay, I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. We'll go to the BRB screen, and I'll see you in a bit. sorry. Oh, I see. I understand. Sorry. I thought you were telling me he was on his way up, or he wanted up or something like that. All right, chat. There you are. Okay. We'll put these guys over here. We're gonna get our little vacuum out. Okay.
That worked well.
It works really well.
Did you bring the signature?
Oh no, I forgot to. Because I was like cleaning my hands and then Because I have a little bit of show and tell for it. Oh yes. There we go.
You wanted it at like -38.
Negative 38.
The bar.
Got it. There we go.
Cool.
There we go. Alright, how's that scene for you guys? Everything good? Now that the music is turned down? Okay, I was vacuuming mostly, so you weren't going to be able to hear me anyways. Let's build a dreadnought. Or 2. Alright, we need 3A. I'm sorry, we need 37. I can't read. 37 and 38. 37 and 38. Okay, here's 38. Eight. 7. Okay, since we do need to build ×2 of these, we are actually gonna need both screws because it looks like they put one of each dreadnought on both. So 38 is here. And
Here you go.
thank you.
Also, Jack is in the door frame.
Excellent. I'm very glad to hear that. Okay. Let me switch over to full face. So I have, if you guys have been following this channel since the beginning, you'll know that I have loved AEW, the pro wrestling show. And I have been subscribed to the All Elite Wrestling crate that Pro Wrestling Tees has put out, basically since its inception. And we got a new kit in today, and I really actually like the signature in this one, and I wanted to show it off because I thought it's really cool. And I also think I have the rookie version of the signature, so now I have like the non-rookie and the rookie version, which is pretty cool. But we got a awesome here Julia Hart signature, which I absolutely love. This is a really cool shot of her in my personal opinion. Like, I loved this outfit that she did. The hat, like, I don't know if she's still currently doing this, because I will admit I haven't been following AEW as closely as I once did, because I really haven't liked where the product has gone since basically a lot of the WWE legends have started getting hired. But that being said, I still really like a lot of their OG crew, and she was one of them. Miss Hart. So really happy to get that signature. Really love that design. Super, super awesome. Now let's get back to the hobby. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit more just because it's a bit. He's singing. He's very singy right now. There's S2, S2, S2. Is that a chant for somebody that I'm not remembering specifically?
I don't know. It's just music for painting Warhammer. Yeah.
Oh, well, but S2 might be like, I don't know if that's a wrestling chant or something.
Oh.
Since we're talking about Julia Hart and AEW a little bit. That's what I meant. Alright, we got our first little pieces out.
I mean, it's Latin for you, too.
Oh.
Like S2 Brute?
Oh, but he's just saying S, like the letter S and then the number 2.
Oh, okay. This is not then a reference to the execution of Kaiser. Okay.
No, I don't think so. Alright, so is that how it goes then? How does this fit together? Not that way, actually. I was putting it on backwards. Oh my god, look, that actually fits together very well. Alright, let's clean
Ignoring my terrible hairline, look at the cat.
Your hairline looks fine. The cat is adorable. He is lovely. He is the best.
He's weighing me backward.
Oh. He is such a shoulder cat.
He's watching what you're doing.
He is. Which is adorable. Jack, who would you support? Are you a Chaos Kitty or are you a Loyalist?
What's that thing, that word that you're going for in Rogue Trader?
Iconoclast?
That one, yeah.
Oh, you're an iconoclast.
An iconoclast kitty.
I see. That's very true. That makes a lot of sense to me. You would be for the people. That's pretty cool. Do they make full-size posters like that anymore?
Yeah, they make posters.
But for wrestlers where they're like the full size.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that the media stores in the mall.
Oh, okay, that's true. I guess I haven't looked at those in
Like Five Below has them inside.
Oh, okay. Now let's get some glue in here and we'll shove this guy together so we can start working on his other pieces. Okay, there we go.
Shout out to the new setup for how well this is going.
Oh, I know, right? Like, the bars? Like, I don't know what this thing that, like, my parents got us for Christmas is called, but, like, the setup has been very nice.
I don't remember. Like, I have the listing somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was on, if you go to your,
I think, yes, it is, because you know how SEO is nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It's a newer overhead camera rig mount with dual head, super clamp, phone holder, C-clamp for desktop, top-down shots, metal multi-utility device mount platform, photography, live stream, video making, NK003.
Amazing.
That's what it is.
Okay, excellent. Well, I love it. It's been great. 44 and 45 is nice. 44 and 45. 45. Yeah, it's been working out. Like, I mean, honestly, the biggest thing about it is it's just been making it so much easier for me because I have room to wave my arms, and I justificate a lot when I talk. So, being able to do this and not whack any of my cameras, or like, I mean, I bumped it there because I went straight up, but like, I can do things. It's beautiful. I can flail all I want to my heart's content. Without consequence. Well, I mean, there's probably some consequence, but mostly without consequence. Anyways. 35. 30. 44. There you go. Again, putting them alphabetically, or putting them numerically accurately on the sprue would be too much to ask. GW. Okay, that's 44. Let's get the other one. 44. Beep. Beep. And then it was 45. They have a number of those. There must be a repeat. That's fine. That's fine, chat. We'll use them eventually, I imagine.
Come back over here. You want a blanket? Yeah.
he's not wobbling as much anymore because the gabapentin is like finally getting out of his system, which has made me super happy. Sorry, my nose itched a lot there. My goodness. Okay. And then I'm done dying. Let's clean this up a little bit. Shouldn't need too much. Thankfully, these guys do, for the most part, come off really clean from their sprues.
Angela, I have a new goal for you.
What's that?
Apparently, Penthouse makes a comic book publication now and features e-girls.
Oh my god, I want to be in that.
Because this is somebody who's at a comic book store and they found Penthouse Comics last November's issue, and it's Amarov.
I want to be in Penthouse Comics.
Right?
What? Someone tell me how to do that. I'm not.
I have also figured out what is going on with the Marvel Rivals streamer drama.
Oh yeah, because there was like a VTuber drama or something.
And no, it's not just VTubers. It's like
Oh,
Pokey.
is it everybody?
I think like not Pokey. I don't know if Pokey's involved. She may not be, but Valkyrie's
Valkyrie.
Sea Dog's involved. I know a number of VTubers were involved, etc.
Got it.
So what happened is Twitch was hosting, or is hosting, I don't know when the tournament's supposed to be, maybe it's today, is supposed to be hosting a Marvel Rivals tournament with a bunch of influencers and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what happened is the original rules they had given everyone said, you can have 2 top-tier players. Don't ask me what the rules are, but I think it had to do with their ranking in the game.
Okay.
Like you could allow 2 players over a certain rank.
Okay.
And so everyone put together teams for a while.
Uh-huh.
And then one of the teams, I think, requested, or for some reason, I don't know why, the rule was changed. But the rule was changed to allow 4 pro members.
Okay.
Per team instead of 2.
Got it.
And I think this is because some of the influencers ended up being higher ranked.
I see.
Then what happened, one team showed up with 4 of the best players in the world.
Oh.
So then there was like an outcry by some of the influencers, which resulted in, like, I think yesterday, which I think the tournament was supposed to be today or tomorrow, go back and say, never mind, we're going to cut it down to 2.
I see.
So make it your best 2.
Okay.
But that's why there's been like this scramble, and like people who were promised to be on the show were then dropped to try and get more pros in. And then these pros who were brought in last minute were actually told, actually, no, never mind.
I see. So there's just been a lot of like...
So it is, and I have heard some people on the interweb say it is drama for the unemployed.
Yes. Oops, sorry.
Sponges went flying when she blew that. Yes, the drama of the unemployed, I think, is a great way to explain streamer drama.
That is the best way to explain streamer drama. Also, you're absolutely right, Havman. I don't feel as cramped in, and I have also noticed that, like, if I bump things, the camera doesn't move as much. It's been great. So yeah, totally. I can't believe that's the drama that's been going on. Oh, you're settling down there next to me. Yeah, it's you, fluffy, majestic boy. Okay, we have an arm to attach. Let's go ahead and get the second arm, actually. 43. Alright, there you are. I don't even have to assemble this one. It's not in pieces. Again, I'm not really sure why they needed to make his thumb separate, but it's fine. Whatever. Boop. Boop. There we go. Okay. Got both of those. We'll clean them up a little bit. thumb separate so you can give a thumbs up sign. You know what? Maybe that's what it is. You're right. Why didn't I think of that? Clearly. Okay, let's see how these... Let's do a little dry fit to test how this actually works. Okay, so I just get to position it on the ball joint wherever I want, basically. Okay, before... Ah, I see, I have two poses. Okay, before we actually do the assembly, I'm gonna separate these guys out into their separate pieces, and we're gonna get their legs prepped as well. Just to have all of them all together. So we need 42 and 40 for one of them. 42 and 40. 42. So here. Okay. So you'll be 42. 40. And then the other ones are 39 and 41. 39. 39. And 41. Okay, there we go. Is there any other pieces I need? Nope. Okay, those are it. So as long as we don't separate them, we should be fine. I think the game is still WYSIWYG, yes. What you see is what you get. I haven't thoroughly looked enough at the rules to like 100% be able to say that that is accurate, but I am very certain, just based off of this build guide, that what you see is what you get. There's no like... no, the Imperial Guard would not be Catachan in this. I don't think Catachan existed.
Catachan existed.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
In Horse Heresy era?
I mean, they would have been settled by that point, I think.
Okay, well, what I meant is, like, I don't know if, like, them as a Imperial Guard, like,
that I could
branch would have been a thing yet. Like, I'm sure, like, maybe Catachan, the planet, was, like, being settled and, like, colonized. But I have no idea if the Catachan, like, as a Imperial Guardsman, like, faction, what are the...
Yes, Catachan was inhabited during the Dark Age of technology.
Ah, okay. But I think all of the auxiliary guard in this are from... Are they all from the Earth?
Well, this box is supposed to be solar auxiliary, which would mean they are the Imperial Guard from the solar system.
Okay. Which means that it wouldn't be Catachan, because
No.
Catachan's not in the solar system.
No, it is not.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Unless we have discovered a new planet.
Well, I didn't know if, like, 40K... I didn't know if 40K did the thing where, like, they added...
No.
Okay.
They have not added any planets to the solar system.
I'm building for playing. I definitely want to play with them. I'm building for casual play. Like, I'm not doing competitive play. Which is why I'm just kind of building it as suggested out of the box. But I also, again, I don't really know how much kit bashing you do in this, because, like, I don't think you can really, like, swap weapons in that way.
Yeah, so the backstory for Catachan in the Dark Age of Technology is their colony ship crash landed on it because they basically found the closest, their ship malfunctioned, and they had to find the closest habitable planet. And it crash landed, but by habitable, it's Catachan.
Right.
And so what it is they use their crashed ships as their city centers.
I see.
And that's how they survived, is basically they bunkered up their crashed ships, and then over thousands of years sort of adapted to the terrain.
Okay, that's cool. going to...
Cool the camera.
Yeah, I'm going to cool the camera for a moment. So I'm going to go to face. Just pop that off for a moment. Bring it back on in a sec. I'm just gluing on the legs. You're not missing a huge amount of content here.
Oh my god, Angela, how are your hands doing that?
Oh.
I am so amazed! I have never seen fingers bend that way! Holy shit!
I am pretty impressive like that, you're right. He does not want to stand up. I've been sitting here just trying to fuss and like stand him upright. He is not. He's so top heavy.
Maybe one of his arms are...
Maybe. I can barely imagine starting a family on the Earth. So imagine starting a family on Catachan is just like impossible. Alright, let's get the other legs on. Switch my camera back on because it should be fine now. Boop, there we go. I said turn on. Hello, there you are. Okay, so that's your leg. Oh. The other leg. Alright. There we go. And now we can put their arms on. I'm gonna grab you. I feel like that's what he's doing. He's like, I'm gonna grab you. His little hand out and reach like that. Come here, you. They're adults if you live to 15. Of course. They do make their first knife at 5. Possibly even younger, depending on, like, where in the jungle they are. I would not want to be a child on any Imperial planet, honestly.
That's a good way to end that sentence.
I'm not sure I would want to be a child in the Imperium. Not even if I was noble. What do you think? Looks pretty cool. My little tiny dreadnought. Wow. I think you have more. Yeah, I think you have greater things to worry about than Venus man traps on Catachan. Although I'm sure there are Venus man traps.
Oh yeah.
Is that what they actually call them?
I'm sure they do. Knowing 40k naming in the 80s, yes.
Wouldn't they be Catachan man traps?
No, because they're not Earth. No. No.
Are you using Sting's baseball bat on me? Here, hold on. This is one of the other things we got in the AEW crate today. A blow-up bat. It's losing pressure already.
Well, no crap. It would be...
I
mean, it's held together with glue at seams. It's gonna leak.
That's fair.
There.
Yay! It, like, just makes a lot of noise. It doesn't hurt it.
Hi, Kita.
Hi, Kita.
She's like, what are you guys doing and why are you hitting yourself with a baseball bat?
That's silly. You shouldn't do that.
Okay, suddenly this is getting very fiddly and I don't know why. Oh my god, hands work?
Oh, it's because of the brain damage.
Oh no!
I hadn't beaten you a bit about the head with a baseball bat.
Right. There we go. Our little dreadnoughts. I'm gonna let them dry a little bit before we stick. Oh, hold on. Let me put you back over here. I'm gonna let them dry a little bit before we glue them onto bases. Now, do they go? They go just onto a base by themselves.
Yeah.
Boop. Boop. I feel like the Titans should get an Aquila one. Or you can use.
So the Titans are the big bases.
Oh, you're right. Okay, well, then I'll leave those ones for your Mandibles. That one and that one. There we go.
Yeah, no. The bases for the...
Titans are these guys.
Yes.
That makes sense. I was wondering. I was like, these feel too small. They're so thin. It blows my mind how thin these things are. They're like wafers.
Kita, come in.
She's like, no.
It's not one of your rooms, so you can't come in here.
Yeah.
I think the cats are territorial about certain rooms.
That's fair. That's true. Jack does. No, she comes in here.
Not when Jackson here.
When Jack's in here, correct. She does not. But, like, when I was filming Blood on the Clock Tower with Noel's Bard, which I assume is coming out soon, recently, she almost hung out with me, the whole night.
I'm not cool with her.
It was very sweet of her. Boop. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Dreadnoughts. With Karas assault cannons. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. These are Contemptor dreadnoughts with the Karas, K-H-E-R-E-S, assault cannon. Super tiny little guys. They are adorable. Alright, I think with that, I'm going to seal this glue first and foremost. Then we're going to go ahead and bring up what we built, which, honestly, not too bad. We got 6 tactical squads built, and then 2 dreadnoughts. So, you know, for me, it's not the worst. I felt like we were making some decent progress.
And depending on how things go with the Gunpla video, maybe we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, depending on how things go with the Gunpla video, with filming and everything, we might be back tomorrow, either with more building of Imperial Legionalis, which is probably my leaning right now, or Rogue Trader, one or the other.
Just see how you're feeling.
Yeah, just depends on how I'm feeling. Honestly, I'm just trying to keep myself distracted right now.
That's why I'm like, if you want to stream tomorrow, I'm fine with it.
I might. It really depends on how we're feeling with the Gundam video and everything.
I'm not that worried about it.
I don't think so either. I may have you help me write
That's fine.
actually, I might just have you
Write your script.
write the script portion. Well, because
I suspected as.
well, the reason I'm suggesting it is because Chaos Cultist and I did a lovely discussion, and I was writing notes and everything, and I like the notes, but I feel like because I'm just going to end up reading it, you sometimes articulate things a little bit better than I do, and I can just sort of adjust that in my own voice a little as I'm actually doing the speaking or after I've read it. So I think that might be helpful to me if you're willing to assist me
Yeah,
with
for
that.
those of you who are wondering, this video is going to be a little different style than we've done in the
Mhm.
past, just because normally we do the green screen thing. That's not what we're doing on this one. This one's going to be aimed to be a little bit more, I don't want to say ASMR-y, but it's meant to be a little more background calming.
Yes.
Is what we're going for with Mondays. I think it's going to be Monday's video.
Yeah.
So that's why we're talking about, scripting it this way. It's just a different style.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different approach.
Because also, we wanted to make sure when it comes to the Gunpla video, that the video doesn't end up being Angela going, and then I clipped out the pieces, and then I sanded them,
and then I assembled them and glued them, etc. Yeah, exactly. I don't want it to just be like a step-by-step sort of thing.
Yeah.
Want it to have a little bit more of like a narrative, if you will, about the process.
Yeah, what
so,
went wrong? Because a few things went wrong.
A few things did go wrong.
I love having a comically large baseball bat to gesture with.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
It is lovely. Also, to answer your question, Luke, her name is Kita. I named her after the princess in Atlantis from Disney, if you've seen that. The one that was...
Came out like 20 years ago.
Came out like 20 years ago. It was... I can't remember now if he directed it or not, but he definitely did the character designs. It was a Mike Mignola inspired piece. And so I named her after Kita.
Tarkovsky worked on it, right?
I don't remember now.
Every experimental, underappreciated animation that I think came out in the 2000s, I just assume had Tarkovsky.
No, I think this was a weird thing where Disney was like, "Hey, Mike Mignola, Hellboy, I think is really because I think this came out around Hellboy or something like that, or maybe 300. I don't remember, but it was somehow tied to Mike Mignola. He did the character designs. That's why everybody in the movie has square fingers. Like, if you look at the character designs, if you've never seen Atlantis before, but you're familiar with Hellboy or the Bureau of Paranormal Investigation, the BPID comics, then you will immediately recognize the art style in Atlantis because it is definitively
he was production designer.
He was the production designer. Okay, yeah. So for some reason, I don't know why they brought him in, because it's like he's so not what I associate with Disney. But yeah, they brought him in. He did Atlantis. I guess they were just trying to be experimental and try something different. It flopped so hard, God. But it was so good. It's like probably, in my personal opinion, one of the most underrated Disney films out there. Although the people who know it do not underrate it. They like, oh my God, Atlantis is fantastic. But if you don't know it, then it's like, oh, what? That's the weird looking one. That doesn't even look like Disney. I feel like a lot of people might consider it DreamWorks or something because of it almost feels like, I would compare it to Anastasia in regards to maturity. But yeah, that's her name. Anyways, now that I'm done talking about my delightful kitties, and we've seen our beautiful teeny weeny dreadnoughts, so small. Oh my God, he's the size of my head now. I made him so much bigger. Look at that perspective. All right, I'm gonna go now. I'm clearly delusional. So, yes, and it is stunning, 100%. Atlantis is like, if you have not watched Atlantis, do me a favor and go watch Atlantis. I'm sure it's on Disney Plus if you have Disney Plus. But yeah, it's a brilliant piece of animation. I absolutely love it. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow, and if not, I'll see you on Monday or Tuesday, one or the other. All right, until then, bye everybody. Have a lovely hobby night.